The Mud of Bannockburn in June 1314. A veteran knight locks eyes with a younger soldier across the enemy line. The younger man, in English armor, has sold out to the opposing side. The veteran raises a heavy sword and cuts the defector down in the chaos of hand-to-hand combat, a father punishing his own son's betrayal. This is the documented historical reality of Clan Crosbie. To understand a father executing his eldest boy on the battlefield, we have to look past the romantic myths of medieval chivalry. The Scottish Lowlands functioned as a series of tight-knit, territorial alliances that demanded absolute commitment. The ruling House of Bruce dominated the regional power structure, and the Crosbies served as their most loyal street-level muscle. This map details the surname's Old Norse roots, functioning as territorial shorthand for their turf. Cross means a stone cross, and beer indicates a farm. Translating to farm by the cross, it identified their control over vital boundary markers and market hubs. By the late 1100s, they secured their status by marrying Crosbie daughters directly into the Bruce royal bloodline. This rise wasn't a matter of passive nobility. It was a sequence of calculated mergers that made them indispensable enforcers for the ruling class. By 1202, they were using their weight against rival families in a bitter dispute over the Ecclefechan estate. Their tactic was effective. They accepted the land as security for a loan, and when the owner repaid the debt, the Crosbies refused to hand the territory back. The standoff escalated until it required a direct papal letter from the Pope to intervene. But high-status vassalage came with heavy requirements. At Bannockburn, King Robert the Bruce called in his debts, demanding total military loyalty from the family. Robert Crosbie brought 7 of his sons to the battlefield. 5 of them died in the fight to secure the Bruce crown. Which brings us back to that battlefield execution. Robert's eldest son, Adam, buckled under English pressure and defected. To maintain his family standing within the Bruce network, Robert tracked his own son through the melee and killed him. The Crosbies held their position in the Lowlands through the sheer scale of these losses. By standing with the Bruces at the cost of 5 sons and 1 execution, they made their family's survival inseparable from the crown's victory. Fast forward to 1745. The Crosbies had transitioned into wealthy urban power brokers, yet they still faced lethal shakedowns, this time from a retreating Jacobite army. When the town of Dumfries refused to hand over £2,000 and 1,000 pairs of shoes, the Jacobites retaliated. They kidnapped the elderly Provost Andrew Crosbie. Looking at the desolate shoreline of the River Esk, you can see the environment the Provost faced. He was forced into a march straight through these swollen, freezing waters until his ransom was delivered to the rebels. Centuries of accumulated wealth and civic duty offered no protection against these regional conflicts. The family remained one dispute away from death. The stone archways in the ruins of Crosbie Castle show a unique transition. This site was once a medieval fortress with a naturally cooled dungeon, which the estate later repurposed into a cold storage icehouse. This history of survival is encoded in the family crest, a jagged, violently cleaved oak tree trunk that manages to sprout fresh green branches. The clan motto types out beneath it, Resurgam, I shall rise again. It's a literal description of their survival mechanism. The crest reveals the family's actual legacy, the ability to sustain a near-fatal fracture and then orchestrate a regrowth from the broken remains. Despite generations of bloodshed to crown kings, Clan Crosbie sits empty today. They are legally an armigerous clan, meaning they have no recognized chief. This leaves a historical loophole. Before his father executed him at Bannockburn, did the traitorous son Adam leave behind a shadow lineage, a hidden branch with a claim to that empty seat? Your own family tree might hold a similar divergence, a moment where a lineage was abandoned or a name was changed to hide an old conflict. Tell us about the forgotten branches you've uncovered in the comments below.